As a fashion consultant, one of the services I offer my clients most frequently is closet cleaning. And today I'm going to walk you through my process to make sure you know all my trademark tips and you are going to be prepared to successfully clean your closet. As you're going through your closet, imagine yourself the art collector. Picture this, if you walked into the Met and there were paintings from the ceiling to the baseboards, would you value each piece as much? Would you be able to appreciate each piece? The same goes for your closet. We want to be selective in what we let enter and selective in what we let stay. So, it's a 5-pile process. I've hung them up here, but here are our main 5 piles. We have keep. Now everything in your keep pile, it fits you, it flatters you, you kind of love it a little bit every time you put it on, you like what you see in the mirror. So everything here in the closet is going to be our keep pile. The next one we have is giveaway. These are items that are perfectly good, they just don't suit you. So this one for me, it's the color. We'll talk about color another day, but this definitely washes me out. It'd be perfect for a light summer, so we'll make sure we set that aside. Somebody else might be able to enjoy that more than I would. Then we have throwaway. These are items that are, somehow unrecoverable. So this one has holes all over the front of it. It's going to have to make its way into the trash bin. Maybe we can make it into rags, upcycle it into a Pinterest confetti, I don't know. We'll do something with it, but it gets thrown away. So then we have our archive pile. Now archive is obviously for things that are seasonally inappropriate. I like to keep my closet pretty clean. I don't like to be looking at my wools all through July when it's 115. But even if you have room, I usually recommend some kind of archiving because sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder. So if you're just tired of an item, a lot of times I'll put it into storage for a while and then you might pull it back and maybe you purchase something new that will freshen up, or maybe it's just a new perspective. But it kind of helps sometimes if you're just tired of an item, maybe you've serially reworn it over and over and over again, just put it away for a while. But we've got some seasonally inappropriate items here. Finally, we have our repair pile, and our repair pile is anything that needs to get mended. This skirt needs to get hemmed, but this is not just, a morgue for items to die in. This is a fashion ambulance, because if it's not urgent, it's not important. So get it in the fashion ambulance. I give you 10 days to take care of whatever needs to be repaired, and if it doesn't happen by then it has to go over into this area. It goes into our fashion cemetery rather than the emergency room. So those are our main 5 piles. I recommend always trying everything on because sometimes how you remember something fitting and how it actually does are 2 different things. I also recommend enlisting the help of a patient friend. They are actually going to help give you a second opinion because sometimes it's just hard to separate yourself from the clothing and they'll be able to give you a second opinion. But at the very least, I recommend having a full length, or if you can, a 3-way mirror. You need to be able to see every angle that everyone else does so that we can make sure we have a really clear opinion of what we're dealing with. So after you've tried everything on, after you've looked at it, you need to evaluate it. Does it fit you? Is the color right? Is it your signature style? Is it what you want to be saying about yourself? And once you've made those decisions, you can move on into cataloging them into their appropriate piles. Now, there are sticky items out there. I understand. There's items in this like they work, but you just haven't worn them in a while. What's the problem? Well, maybe they just need a new matchup. So watch my videos. I can give you ideas on all different kinds of ways to mix and match things and put things into a new light, maybe a new styling, and that will really revive and resurrect that item. Other times it's because we're sentimentally tied to an item. Take a picture of it, snap it, put it in your scrapbook, but get rid of the item. It doesn't need to sit there and remind you of what was. Another strategy that I would recommend being aware of is just being aware of how little or how much you wear an item. So if you're not sure when the last time you wore an item is, I recommend it turning around on the hanger, and then when you go through your closet again, say in 6 months, which is my recommended time minimum, turn around, and if it's still turned around by the time that you come back to it again, you can go ahead and get rid of that item. So those are all ideas on how to get through your closet and how to, really pick through and get the best of the best so that when you're done, you have a really wearable wardrobe. So thanks for joining me today on the closet cleaning. Let me know how it goes in your closet in the comments. Like it if you got some tips that you can use, and be sure to subscribe because I've got more ideas coming your way.